Skyrim, the most northern sovereign territory in Tamriel. These renowned lands are home to some of the tallest mountains, deepest dungeons, and the most mythical beasts in the world. Only the hardiest of people settle here, fighting each day to survive the extreme challenges of these unforgiving lands. In this series, we will get up close and personal with both the natural and civilized worlds this frozen land has to offer. Welcome to An Adventurer's Guide to Skyrim, Episode 1, Trolls. Trolls are one of the most intimidating and deadliest creatures in all of Skyrim. In this episode, we will cover the many different variations of trolls that inhabit the Tamriel territory, exploring the characteristics that sets each species apart. Although it is known that trolls have been in Tamriel since prehistory, their actual origin is known only to the species themselves, leaving us to speculate their beginnings. Using what little evidence there is, historians have suggested that trolls once existed in greater numbers, and were of a larger stature than those we see today. Ancient remains found deep within the forests, caves, and ruins of Tamriel appear to corroborate these findings, further suggesting that modern trolls still frequent the same areas as their larger ancestors. Of the many different variations of trolls, the most prevalent is known as the common troll. They stand at staggering heights, dwarfing even the tallest of high elves. Thick, muscular arms, reminiscent of those of great gorillas, end in massive, sharpened claws that are capable of rending even the toughest of plate armor into scrap. Razor-sharp teeth and fangs make short work of any meal, and they feed with abandon, their stomachs an unending pit that can never be satisfied. Though the colour of the hide can vary depending on the species, most trolls, and certainly common trolls, sport a shaggy brown fur coat that helps protect them against the elements. All troll species possess 3 beady black eyes, set deep into their skull, that provide them with excellent trifocal vision. Their most remarkable trait, however, is their regeneration abilities. This truly makes them a thing of nightmares, as even the most fatal of wounds can be healed before your very eyes. Many ill-prepared adventurers become victim to trolls, mistaking them as easy targets due to their size and slow speed. However, their ability to heal stretches most battles into long campaigns of endurance, which, naturally, the troll always wins. They do have one major weakness, however: fire. Torchfire, incantations, and even enchanted weapons are the most effective offense against any known variation of troll. With this in mind, any adventurer willing to face these beasts must arm themselves accordingly. Common trolls populate much of the lowlands of Skyrim, yet at higher elevations, a slightly different variant stalks the snowy peaks. Frost trolls. As is the case with all trolls, these ferocious beasts should be handled with extreme caution and preparation. Found only in the snowy and mountainous regions of Skyrim, such as Winterhold, the Pale, or Eastmarch, Frost Trolls' defining trait is their white shaggy coat, which aids camouflage amongst this icy environment. Their pelts are valued by hunters due to the high price they fetch at market. However, the success rate is low, with many hunters falling victim to these vicious beasts in pursuit of their coats. Though they behave in a manner akin to common trolls, Frost Trolls appear to be much stronger and more resilient to the cold than other variants. They possess superior regeneration ability to those of other trolls, making them a formidable foe in battle. Thankfully, fire is still an effective deterrent against an attacking Frost Troll. Here we have a female Frost Troll. While not overly maternal by nature, she has been especially attentive to raising her young this year, a reflection of the changing times within Tamriel. After centuries away, dragons have returned to these lands, disrupting the natural order of creatures and men alike. For this Frost Troll, catching the necessary prey has been a challenge, and with offspring to provide for, her search has driven her into unfamiliar territory. As their situation becomes more desperate, she begins to take bigger risks in the hopes of finally securing a substantial meal for her weakening brood. She sets up camp in a cave nestled at the base of Skyrim's tallest mountain, the Throat of the World. It is here that she will leave her brood as she embarks on the perilous journey towards the mountain summit, in the hopes of finding food amongst its deadly slopes. She knows that humans regularly traverse this mountain, and if she can catch one off guard, she'll be able to provide ample meat to sate the hunger of her young. Preying on humans comes with an inherent risk for any species of troll, owing to our ability to conjure and control fire. Taking on a human also requires patience and observation, something that this troll has little time for. Climbing the mountain is slow going, the elements pushing the already famished troll to her limit. While this environment is easily dealt with by any troll at full strength, raising her young on a limited diet has completely depleted her energy reserves, each step draining a little more still. Finally, her arduous journey brings her to a plateau, an area she spent much of her youth hunting, albeit in much better times. Here, she finds a lone goat, rooting for fresh shoots amongst the snow. Though not entirely enough to sustain her young, the goat serves as a welcome snack, replenishing some energy as she continues her search for a bigger prize. She positions herself on a rocky outcrop, hanging just above a choke point in the path. An ambush is her best chance against large prey, and she waits hidden and silent, though she cannot afford to wait too long. The settling snow builds up around her, helping to further conceal her hulking figure and insulate her against the glacial winds. After some time, she senses a new smell in the air. Something is approaching. Hyper-focused, she readies herself to pounce. To her delight, her prey is human, large and muscly. A prize this size could keep her and her brood fed for a week, if she can successfully kill it. This troll has taken on humans before and knows that in her current state, her chances are slim, but she must face this fight. The survival of her young depend on it. With a powerful leap, she charges at the human, roaring her terrible challenge in the hopes this display would panic them, giving her a slight advantage. Unbeknownst to this troll, this is no ordinary human. This is the Dragonborn, the only one powerful enough to challenge the rising dragons. They draw their sword. With a clash of claw and steel, the two battle, their skills and tenacity almost equally matched. The battle rages on, blow after blow, as they circle each other on the mountaintop, snow whipping around them. As the Dragonborn slashes the troll across the chest with a fierce cry, it staggers her backwards towards the edge of the cliff top. With a crack of thunder, the troll tumbles off the sheer face, limbs loose and flailing. Her last thought of her young, now alone in the cave beneath the very mountain in which she has met her demise. Their survival is now so uncertain in this rapidly changing world of dragons and men. Young trolls that encounter humans have not only a fate of death to fear. These are Armoured Trolls. Through domestication, young frost or common trolls are trained for combat and fitted with special armour by their human captors. Traditionally, these trolls served as infantry for the Dawn Guard's crusade against vampires. Recently, Armoured Trolls have once again begun appearing within Skyrim's borders, as the Dawn Guard begins to mobilise their armies against rising sinister forces. The Dawn Guard's very own blacksmith, Gunmar, whilst fighting an exhausting battle with a troll, mused to himself, what could be worse? After an extremely narrow victory, he concluded that armour would have changed the tide of the battle in the troll's favour, and so the Armoured Troll was conceived. Adorned with a plated armour set and wielding sharp, wide blades from each arm, these beasts are almost unkillable. Their accelerated slaughtering capabilities effective against even higher vampires and their familiars. While able to follow simple commands and instructions, the domestication is by no means perfect. Armoured Trolls will revert back to basic animal instincts if left without direction and discipline. This is any adventurer's worst nightmare, as trolls will often hold grudges against those that enslave them, seeking them out to deliver bloody revenge. Adventurers willing to take the risk can purchase Armoured Trolls directly from the Dawn Guard themselves, after much persuasion. The origin of all trolls is shrouded in mystery, and notable mentions of them in historical texts are few and far between. There is one folk legend, however, that is widely believed to describe a potential ancient ancestor of modern trolls. The Uderfryte. The earliest documented case of these fearsome beasts occurred during an event widely known as the Mead Hall Massacre, which occurred in the Thirsk Mead Hall that occupies part of Lake Fjölding's eastern shore. One evening, a single Uderfryte forced entry into the hall and brutally slaughtered all inside for reasons unknown. The only living survivor of this savage attack was Fenja Snowsong, an accomplished archer at the time who drove the beast back with her arrows until reinforcements arrived. The beast was driven away and later tracked to its lair and killed by the Nerevarina. Trolls are a common threat when exploring Skyrim's rugged lands, with many encounters ending in injury or death. Adventurers should always stay alert and carry a means of creating fire to have the best chance against any attacking troll. Join us next episode as we explore more of the creatures that inhabit Skyrim's borders and uncover the defensive techniques crucial for survival. Thank you for watching, have fun, stay safe, and most importantly, be adventurous.